Welcome back, diffusers. The tea we're drinking today is Lullaby, and it's a blend of chamomile, lemongrass, lavender, and ashwagandha. Today I'm going to cover one of the heavier parts of my story. Before I get into this part of my story, I really need to caution the viewers. There are quite a few pretty heavy triggers in this story, so if you are in a headspace that's kind of iffy, go ahead and skip this video for now and maybe come back and watch it when you're in a little bit of a safer headspace. Today, my mom's not going to talk so much. She's going to be here as more of a calming presence as I go through this part of my story. She might want to ask some questions at the end, but mostly she's just here to be a presence. The emergence of my borderline symptoms happened around when I became a freshman in college. I had a pretty serious boyfriend at the time, and we had broken up, and I had begun to notice, I don't want to say overwhelming, but pretty strong urges to do things that I had passive urges about in the past, but now these urges were definitely getting louder, and the negative voices in my head were getting more insistent, and they were getting louder as well. My whole brain just started to kind of get loud, and in that time, it was a relatively short time because my ex and I got together. I'm not shortly after that, but relatively shortly after that. So I didn't have a whole lot of time for that to develop any further. But in that time, I had gotten in contact with somebody that I had met in high school. And even though the logical part of my brain was telling me to slow down, there was a part of me that was overriding that. I didn't understand how to make that stop, so I kind of just, I went with it, and I invited him over for relations. And even though a large part of me didn't want to participate, and even at one point I was able to override the loudness that was overtaking my brain. At one point I was able to override that and kind of gently try to physically distance myself. My brain, the loudness quickly overtook my brain and kind of just allowed what was happening to happen. So that was the first time I dissociated during relations. And it was because, my brain didn't, most of my brain didn't want it to be happening. So it escaped into the corner of the room. So shortly after that experience, my ex and I got back together. And we were together for, I think, a little under 2 years. And we had moved in together, and I had started nursing school. And then at that time, the urges to do the behaviors had quieted. But the voices were still very loud. Not hallucinations, but the negative thoughts, sticky thoughts were still very loud. And I could feel him pulling away. And the more he would pull away, the louder my thoughts would get, and the more I was unable to voice my wants and needs, because that was kind of a coping mechanism in childhood that I had learned. I had learned that it was emotionally dangerous to voice my wants and needs. So that really became a barrier to be able to communicate effectively with my partner. So basically, neither of us were communicating with each other, and it got to a head where I don't even remember what happened, but one night my brain just got really loud, and I guess when he came home that night, I was sobbing, fully clothed, in the shower with the water running. I don't remember that too much, but I do remember kind of talking about taking a break. So we kind of agreed that we would take a break, and kind of evaluate the relationship and where it was going. And the next day when I went to class, when I had come back from class, all of his stuff was gone from the apartment, and he had just left and did not respond to my text for months. And that was, it definitely was abandonment at the time, which was something that my brain had become increasingly afraid of. At that time, that was the catalyst that really caused my borderline to show its full strength. And I finally is a weird word, but it's actually the only word that I find is appropriate, because I had been getting glimpses, but at that time I finally was able to see fully into my void and how deep and shapeless and frictionless it actually was, how all-encompassing it actually was, and it was scary, and it still is deep and friction. It's the same void. I've learned to exist with it now, but when I first was confronted with it, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know the words. I just knew I didn't want to go into it. It was kind of like fractures had been forming all throughout my childhood, and then when I felt that complete abandonment, those fractures broke, and they haven't come together since. I've just learned to exist. I just got an art book by a gentleman named Sean Koss called It's All in Your Head. And he did some artwork depicting different mental illnesses, and his depiction of borderline is one of the best depictions of how it feels that I've ever seen. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a picture of that in the video, just in case somebody else identifies with it like I did. When I saw that piece of artwork, I can't explain it, but it just clicked, because I had been using words like broken or fractured or pieces, and his little figure is broken in pieces. You know, when my pieces did fracture at that catalyst time, I don't remember if I said it or not, but they still haven't come back together. And hi, Mo. I'm not trying to put them back together anymore. I am learning to live with the spaces in between. Hi, baby. This is Miss Luna. She is my baby. And I think she can tell that I'm starting to dissociate a little bit, so I think she came up to help me out with that. So because of that catalyst and that fracture, the loudness in my brain became kind of just felt a little bit like an inferno. It felt hot and out of control, and I didn't know how to deal with it. At the time I was going to nursing school. I think I was in level 2, so I think I still had 2 levels to go. So I was trying everything I could to just function. So my first set of skills, and they are skills, they're maladaptive. The first set of skills I learned were born out of desperation. Food had always been a struggle for me, either restricting or overeating. At that time, it was restricting. It really just was, I was grasping at anything to get any sort of control over the severe amount of just screaming, and it turned into agony after a while. And I just didn't have any words to use to describe it. I didn't know who to reach out to. I was really just trying to function. So I started restricting food. I started self-harming, and now the self-harming started out as a punishment and then morphed into chemical seeking behavior. It became more of a self-medicating coping mechanism. And then I kind of fell back onto using intercourse to also as a form of self-harm. During this time, I had discovered how to separate intercourse from intimacy, and I had learned to separate it from actual enjoyment, which drastically affected my relations and relationships going forward after that. So after I started my treatment journey, part of that journey has been having to relearn how to enjoy intimacy like that, and how to reconnect intercourse with intimacy. And I'll go over that in another video. So after I discovered those coping mechanisms, I discovered that drinking made them easier. I never got addicted to the alcohol itself. Like, I could go out with friends and have a couple beers or have fun, but when the borderline got really loud, the inhibitions that I had became tedious at times. So I would engage in that behavior as well to make the other behaviors quicker. It also helped me enter a dissociative state faster for relations. So that time in my life was kind of a choice between letting myself exist in that void, which was indescribably painful and numb, but that numb was its own kind of pain, or existing in that inferno. But at least in that inferno, I could feel things. When the flames got too hot or close, I would fall back on those mechanisms to quench the flames a bit. And somehow, through it all, I attended nursing school and was able to graduate, and I was able to study and sit for my board exams twice. The first time, my anxiety got the best of me and I had to go to the bathroom and throw up, and so that made it so I couldn't really concentrate for the rest of the test. So I focused on how to control test anxiety for the second time, and the second time I passed. And all this was kind of leading up to a crisis in which, after I got my license, I had an attempt of unaliving myself, and we're going to cover that in a future video. So that kind of does it this time period for me. So my mom is going to be able to go into more detail about her experiences being an observer of me at that time, and we're gonna be able to have a little bit more of a discussion in that video.
It was really heartbreaking to watch you go through those years. It was a struggle, and I watched you be miserable for a long time. And I'm glad we're doing these videos because we can share how we got through some of the tough times.
Yeah, and I just kind of want to leave end this video with a little message to those of you diffusers that are in the fire right now. I just wanted to say I know how much it hurts, and what you're experiencing is real. No matter how many people try to tell you it's not, or it's all in your head, or you're overreacting, it's a pain I wouldn't wish on anyone, and it's so real. I just wanted to say that. Because I know that when I was in the fire, I think it would have helped me to hear somebody say that. So if you're in that place, I just want to say to you that it's real, and that you deserve help, and you deserve to be seen, and you deserve care. And my mom and I, we believe you, and we believe in you. One breath, 1 second, 1 nanosecond at a time is enough. It's enough to just get through that 1 breath at a time. You're doing fantastic, just breathing, because just breathing is so hard sometimes. So just keep going. You're worth it. You can do it. You've got this, and we love you. Alright, diffusers, that's all we have for you this week. I know that was a heavy video, so I want us to just do a real quick grounding exercise. If you follow me, we can all put our feet flat on the floor so you can feel it, feel your butt in your seat, and just take a few deep breaths with me. And we're going to inhale and exhale through the mouth. Again, inhale, exhale through the mouth, and one more time, inhale, exhale through the mouth, and do me a quick favor, find one color in your room that you can see. For me, it's a blue ladder. One shape in your room that you can see. For me, I can see my phone, my rectangle phone. One smell that you can smell, and for me that's this delicious tea. And then one sound that you can hear. We're going to do our ACT emotion check-in now. So I'm noticing a decent amount of dissociation after this video, so it's hard to distinguish exact emotions right now for me.
I'm noticing that I'm very connected to you, and I'm starting to understand a lot more about your journey.
And go ahead, if you want to, in the comments, go ahead and do your own check-in, again, if you want to. And if not, that's totally okay too. Please be kind to each other in the comments. We're trying to foster a community of support and awareness. We appreciate you guys. And do you have anything else?
Until next Thursday.
And we'll see you next Thursday.